I often get asked when I meet people on flights or in the line at the grocery store what I do as a philosopher. I usually say that philosophers argue about life's most basic or fundamental questions, which, at least in the Midwest, is often met with a polite nod and not much else. Part of the problem, I think, is with the word argue. In our highly polarized culture, the word argue has the same connotations as the words fight or bicker. People tend to think of arguments as unpleasant and aggressive. But arguments in philosophy are crucially different. Whereas fights and disputes just further entrench us in our disagreements, arguments have the power to help us resolve those disagreements. And today, we're going to talk about how this is all possible. Let's start with a definition. An argument is a set of claims offered in support of some conclusion. These claims are statements that can be true or false, and a conclusion is a special kind of claim. It's the thing the arguer is trying to prove or establish. In a good argument, these claims logically lead to the conclusion. Now, in philosophy, this means a bit more than just intuitive or commonsensical. You can think about it like this. An argument is logical if the claims being offered genuinely support the truth of its conclusion. If it's raining outside, then the game is probably canceled. It's raining outside, so the game is probably canceled. You get the picture. Arguments are everywhere. One reason to study logic and argumentation, then, is because it can help you get better at something you need to do all the time. That is, convincing people. Arguments aren't always light and fun and enjoyable. When two people disagree about a conclusion, arguments can get quite heated, especially if the conclusion that they're arguing about is one they're both personally invested in. But notice, if arguments are fundamentally about what's true, and if all parties to a disagreement care about the truth, then arguments are the best possible way of resolving deep disagreements. Now, of course, it's possible for someone to argue without caring about the truth, or for arguments to be unproductive. But the point here is just that if we want to make progress on a contentious or polarizing topic, the best way to do this might just be to argue about it with compassion and an open mind. So if we value the truth, it's important to be open to disagreement. And argumentation can serve as a way to turn that disagreement into something productive. There is, of course, an important caveat. Not all arguments are good arguments, and so not all disagreements will turn into something productive. Apparently logical arguments, just like seemingly sound statistics, can be used to mislead, confuse, or manipulate. So we need to make sure that our motivations and execution are good when we argue. If they are, though, and there are various ways we can work to secure these conditions, then there's no reason to shy away from arguments or disagreement. Indeed, they may be our best shot at getting at the important and life-changing truths that we all care about.